In this video, I'm going to explain what stock allocation means. If you hold inventory in a warehouse, this is called your stock on hand, also known as SOH. When you create an estimate for a job, which is converted to a contract, the material items are called stock on demand, also known as SOD. When you place an order with your supplier, this is your stock to be received, also known as TBR. When a contract is created, the BOQ items included in your proposal are converted to contract items. The contract items break down the materials required, including the quantity, product, or supplier information. It's unlikely the estimate contains all the items required to be purchased, and additional processes may be required to handle non-standard items, such as allowances, used to establish a budget in the contract, so you can use the allowance to purchase multiple items. Flexible quantities, which can be used to identify items where the final quantity is unknown but the product to be purchased is known. Flexible quantities means you can purchase more of the same product and be alerted if you exceed the set budget. And cost adjustments, to purchase items not included in your estimate, which could be internal cost adjustments or converted to estimate variations. These features help you to track what is needed, along with managing your estimated and actual costs. Materials required for a job can be purchased from suppliers, which increases your stock to be received. If the materials are being delivered to your warehouse, once they are received, this will increase your stock on hand. If materials have been ordered for a job, they will be automatically allocated, which increases your committed stock. Watch the purchasing video to understand more about delivery straight to site, and the using product usage video to track what materials have been used on site. We will revisit the process of stock delivery and explore how items are automatically allocated upon receipt. Stock can also be allocated from existing inventory using an internal purchase order. This means the cost of materials is moved to the job and the stock is allocated. The allocation of stock, whether it's from existing inventory or received from supplier purchase orders, ensures materials are reserved for the project. If circumstances change or project priorities require another job to use the material, it can easily be reallocated. Reallocation ensures the required quantity and cost are transferred to, so you have accurate reporting on each job budget. Plus, you know what inventory still needs to be ordered to fulfill the material requirements for each project. Using contract items, you can forecast your purchases with suppliers based on your project schedule. Let's look at a standard stock calculation. Let's assume you have 500 items as stock on hand and stock on demand of 300 items. This means your available to sell is 200 items. If you receive a contract item for 350 items, that increases your stock on demand to 650. That means your available to sell is now minus 150 items. However, if contract item is not required until the next couple of months, you have plenty of time to order new stock from suppliers. Let's look at the scenario again. You still have 500 items as stock on hand and stock on demand of 650. However, only 300 items have been allocated. This means your available to sell is 200. You have 350 on contract items waiting to be allocated to your stock on hand. This means you can forecast supplier purchases and manage when stock will be received and when contract items need to be fulfilled. To recap, there are two types of committed stocks. Stock allocated to transfers, also known as ATT. Stock allocated to jobs, also known as ATJ. When your indent orders are ready to fulfill, they will be allocated to the job and the quantities counted as ATJ. To learn about warehouse transfers, watch the stock transfers video for more information.